What's going on, brothers? It's your dude, International Passport, here again for yet another classic video. So in this video, brothers, first and foremost, please make sure you press the like button. Likes are very important. Show me some support. Comment in the video too, and please make sure you join the Patreon to help you get more intel on different countries, women, and IT. Let's get started. So brothers, in this video, it will be about my first impressions living in Panama City, Panama so far. So I've been here for just over a week now, and in my opinion, that's enough time to make a video like this and give you brothers my first impression here. So let's get straight into it. So why did I decide to move here in the first place? Or not to move here, to visit here in the first place? I had three choices. I had Colombia, Panama, and one other country. But because this is my first time in Central America and the South America, Central America region, language is very important. So I simply did more research as to trying to find countries that spoke English around this region, and Panama was a country that kept coming up. I think language is very important, particularly if it's my first time in this area. So that's why I came here, just to let you brothers know. So I would say so far, it has been a fantastic experience, and I want to speak first on the weather. It is extremely hot. I have come in the summertime. Summertime in Panama, if I'm not mistaken, is between November to March, April, around that area. So it is hitting 32 degrees, 34 degrees, 29 degrees, 28 degrees. And I did not expect it to be this hot. I knew this area is hot, but not this hot. So the weather has been amazing. It has been a eye-opener, to see how hot it is over here in Central America, particularly in Panama. I did not expect that. So that's been a very pleasant surprise. I was expecting 21 degrees, 22 degrees, but we're here in the 30s, and it's been a great experience so far. I want to add that Panama is a well-maintained city. That's my first impression. In terms of the high rises, the high buildings, you can see that a lot of money and wealth has been poured in this city. There's a lot of tall buildings, great architecture. It looks very modern, but while still keeping its Central America Spanish culture. So that's been a huge eye opener. So, for example, they've got a train transportation system. They've got a subway. They've got buses, and it kind of looks like Miami, Panama City. It looks a lot like Miami. So that's been a huge surprise in my first impressions here. There's a lot of wealth here. Another point I want to add is that it's extremely diverse. I've met people from Colombia, Venezuela, Cuba, Panama, of course, itself, Colombia. So many different countries are in Panama. There's a lot of immigration or migrants coming into Panama from the surrounding areas. So I kind of see like Panama as like a central hub for people who come here, people who want to come here to make money, kind of like how Europeans come to England, France to make money, because those are the most developed economies in the whole of Europe, and Germany too. And I think Panama has that status here, which is why you see surrounding Spanish-speaking countries or Portuguese countries who speak Portuguese coming to Panama to essentially create a great life for themselves and make money here. The currency in Panama is in dollars. I was expecting that based on my research, but actually feeling a dollar in Central America kind of feels surreal here. So it's a very well-maintained city, very modernized, but again, it's still keeping a Spanish vibrant culture. Now, let me speak on safety. Safety so far, in my just over a week here in Panama City, has surprised me. I did research as to, is Panama safe? Is it a safe place? And a lot of the responses online were positive, but I did not expect it to be this safe here in Panama City. I have walked around, with my camera. I've walked around in the night, in the daytime, and it honestly feels very, very safe compared to other South American countries or other Central American countries. I think Panama is up there as one of the most safest countries in the Americas. It is incredible how safe it is, and I was kind of expecting, while the vibe might feel off if I'm walking around my camera or being a black man, but I felt so safe. Yes, I've got a few looks. Maybe some people have not seen a black man before, or I've got a camera in my hand or whatever. But apart from that, I have felt really, really safe here. And it has shocked me and surprised me. And that's a huge bonus. The safety here in Panama City is incredible. So, my next point I want to speak on. So, another first impression I've seen here, and I may have touched upon it earlier, is that there's huge wealth here. There's a lot of wealth here in this country. You can just tell by what people wear, how they move, how they speak, the buildings, the infrastructure. A lot of wealthy people are here. A lot of wealthy groups and nationalities from all different countries are in Panama. And it's kind of very surprising. I didn't really feel like, a country in Central America or in South America would have such amounts of wealth here in Panama City. I want to add that I had a conversation with my Uber driver, and he was saying that there's a lot of wealthy Chinese, wealthy Jews, wealthy Arabs in Panama City. They even have their own island or their own place separated from the city where all wealthy Jews live, or most wealthy Jews live, or a lot of them live, Chinese and Arabs too, which was shocking or quite surprising. Like, wow, that's just incredible to know and realize. So yes, there's a lot of wealth here, and it's kind of shocked me in Panama City. And my other first impression of Panama City is the prices. So the prices here go up and down. I would say Panama City is certainly cheaper than the UK by some margin, but it kind of is expensive when you compare it to other South American countries and other Central American countries. Bear in mind that the currency is dollars, so you can definitely find cheap food. I have found cheap food, but I have found that if you want to have seafood or high-end food, that's kind of expensive in Panama City. So if you're a seafood person, be prepared to spend some money. But if you want the casual, Panama cuisine, rice, beans, plantain, chicken, that's cheap. You can get some for $3, $4, $5 in Panama City, and the portions are huge. So prices here go up and down, but overall it is cheaper than America, UK. And the fact that it's slightly more expensive can be a blessing too. So that keeps away, the pookies, rares, and passport pookies. So it only attracts those who are professionals, those who work white collar working jobs, blue collar working jobs, IT jobs, remote working jobs all around the world. So it kind of is a blessing. That means Panama is attracting the right people because they have the funds. And people who have the funds normally work white collar working jobs, blue collar working jobs, have their own business, work in IT, etc., etc. So another first impression I have of Panama City is the vibe. The vibe here is awesome. People are super friendly. You can ask them, hey, where's this place? Here, where's that place? And people will stop doing what they're doing and help you out, which has been a huge surprise. And me coming from the UK, where a lot of people just aren't friendly like that in the UK. They look at you crazy, look at you funny. In Panama City, you won't get that kind of vibe. People here are super friendly. The vibe here is very also mature as well, in terms of even though you're black, you're gonna meet people that still respect you, still appreciate you. And I've spoke to people about racism in Panama City, and they're like, no, we're not racist here. People said we're not racist here. Black indigenous people, Spanish people, whatever. They all work together, they all cooperate with each other. So that's been a huge eye opener for me, just how, friendly the vibe is here. The vibe here is super friendly so far. Another part is happiness. So people are generally happy here in Panama from my first impressions. And to me, I always see that if the weather's hot, if the weather is great, people's happiness is through the roof. To me, there's a correlation between happiness and weather. And because it's so hot right now, because, the vibes are great, the weather is great, the breeze is great, people are happy. People are dancing, people are smiling, people are going about their day. There's no hard faces, no angry faces like I see in the UK. And these are my first impressions so far in Panama, in terms of the happiness, the vibe, and the kindness here in general. So I hope that was an insightful video. Again, this is my first impressions. It could change when I do more videos and I have a lasting impression when I leave the country, and of course post a video on that for you brothers on the channel. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure you like the video, you comment, you subscribe, you share my videos around. Make sure you please support me on the PayPal. Any donations will definitely be appreciated. And of course, if you want to get into IT, if you want IT consultations, IT memberships, IT talk with me, etc., please make sure you join the appropriate tier on the Patreon. And if you want more additional intel on traveling, more intel on Panama, foreign woman, join the Patreon as well on the appropriate tier. Fantastic, brothers. So great video, brothers, and I will see you brothers on my next video. Thank you very much, brothers. Peace out.